why our youths have lost complete faith in this country to the point where they are ready to die in the deserts of Libya and be sold out as slaves. What is the achievable and how do we achieve it?
Active session between Peter Obi and Mr. Okey Bakasi. Of course, you know Okey Bakasi is a legend in the comedy industry. He's one of the biggest comedians in Nigeria, in Africa, and he's also one of Channel's television presenter. You know, he's interviewing Peter Obi and giving a very comic interaction with him. You are going to enjoy this video, but please always point out the message. Now that message, Bikoko, make sure you share this video. I think people will pay attention to this video because it's Okey Bakasi now with Peter Obi. So make sure you share this video. Let Nigerians continue to get the right message that is necessary in piloting this country forward. Remember, go and pick up your PVC. It's very important and it is ready. People say it doesn't take up to 10 minutes for you to just get your PVC once you get to the place you register. So please try as much as possible to make sure you pick your PVC. Don't allow people to use your PVC to rig election. Go and get your PVC wherever you did your registration. God bless you as you share this video.
My guest today, he has chaired the board of the Securities and Exchange Commission and is a very successful businessman in his own right. He's a recipient of the prestigious Zik Prize. He speaks softly but carries a huge intellect. Please make welcome the former executive governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Gregory Obi. Make some noise! Make some noise! You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
It's good to have you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, it's nice to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you.
You're a very soft-spoken man, and sometimes I wonder personally, do you ever get angry? And if you do you yell? I mean, like some of us will get angry and we lose it.
Well, okay, there's not much to be angry about because when you get angry, most times you find out that you hurt yourself more.
Yeah.
But if you take it easy and be able to advise, because especially in our own dear country, if you get angry, you must be angry every minute of the day.
You're very. I want to totally agree with you on that one, sir. Sir, you once said that Nigerians tend to go for the exotic rather than the achievable. What is the achievable, and how do we achieve it?
Well, for me, is that if every country or any society to grow, you have basics. And these basics are fundamental things that you can do easily and all that. And it can work and easily. Well, for example, if you see a place where they have small roads that you can reconstruct, or even existing roads that have potholes and everything, provide basic things like water, repair the schools and everything,
and make them function.
Make them functional, make them work.
Okay,
you find out that we're busy trying to build the massive thing and think, oh well,
and we end up not completing it
completely.
That takes me to one thing that now that I have you here as a former governor, I would like to ask, because I think at the heart of some of the problems we have is the issue of continuity from one governor to another governor. Because a new governor comes in, he does not share the same ideology with the former one. He abandons that one's project and starts a new one. Why are former governors always having issues with their successors?
Well, it's not having issues with their successors. I don't think it's wrong to say former governors don't continue, or governors don't continue from where their predecessors are, or they're having problems. The problem is that you have an unplanned system. If you have a planned system, it's difficult for anybody to deviate from it. That's what always brings me back to a planned system. If you have something like, let me always go back to China.
Okay.
The reason why I use China is that it's an example of a successful society where policies have been properly implemented. We were part of the MDG, Millennium Development Goals, in 2000. Nigeria was the signatory to it. China was the signatory to it. What did China do? China went back to China and mainstreamed all the MDG policies in their developmental agenda. From the national government to regional government
and Nigeria went
to local government. So it is all inclusive. And they made it in such a way that every Chinese knew what it is all about. And they worked
And we couldn't do same here.
No, we didn't do the same. Because if we had done the same, nobody would be able to deviate. So within the 15 years, from year 2000, they signed it to year 2015. China achieved all the goals of the MDG.
In some
and
ways,
Nigeria did not achieve one goal of the MDG.
So in some ways, I believe you agree with me with what I said. But we'll be back, sir. Just hold your thoughts there. All right. Later in the show, I will talk a bit about statues. But I have more burning questions for my guest. Okay. The conversation with the wonderful governor, Peter Obi, continues when the other news returns in just a moment. Welcome back. It's still the other news, and my guest is Governor Peter Obi, former governor of Anambra State, just in case you're joining us. Okay. Sir, we'll continue with our discussion. The Igbos are known in Nigeria to be very successful businessmen. In fact, the Igbos come to Lagos, you show them a piece of land, they turn it into a world-class market. They go to the north, you give them land, they turn it into another heaven. Why has it been so difficult for the Southeast governors to articulate a master plan that can turn the Southeast into some kind of, let's say Dubai, you know? Why has it been difficult?
Well, I don't think you need to turn things into Dubai overnight. What it is to articulate what you need to do.
Why haven't we been able to do this?
No. They've started doing something. In some areas, they're doing something. You know, it's a gradual process. I don't want to say what I did while I was in office.
So it won't be bad for you to say. You know, we like to hear examples.
We did industrial estate in Onitsha. And you can go there and see it yourself. They have been able to bring in golden oil, bring in the brewery,
I'm not talking individually. I'm talking about the Southeast governors coming together.
I'm sure there's a follow-up to that. Because if you check where they're coming from, there's things that needed more attention, which they are trying to do. Individually, you have to start individually, then collectively. Because you have to see a purpose to it. The Dubai that people are citing today didn't happen overnight. I was in Dubai in 1991. What you're seeing today in Dubai was not there completely.
But between 1991 and now, you can't compare Dubai to Nigeria.
That's what I'm saying.
We are way behind.
Far behind. You can't even compare with China that is bigger. I was in China in 1991. If you go to China today, it's a totally changed world. But all these things has to do, I keep saying it, with the global policy of the country.
So we don't have one?
No, we don't have. We don't have. But it is something that is being mentioned and not followed aggressively. It's good to cite an example where there has been an articulated policy. That's why I started talking about China and MDG and what they've been able to do. Why do I always use China? It's a success story, and it has a population that is far bigger than us. If I give you an example of what I'm saying, where you have an articulated policy, China has a population of 1,371,000,000. China is, you can say, is the most successful economy among the BRICS countries, which is...
Why so? Why so, sir?
That's what I'm coming to. You see, what China has done is that the leadership was focused on building an economy.
Okay.
And because of that, like I said, today in China, the most critical component of development is around micro, small, medium enterprise.
What is our own government focused on building?
In China, no, it's good to give you an example of what China has been able to achieve.
I don't want it to be about China, because we use it as reference, then we come back to our reality.
Yes.
Now, you've talked about what China is.
If you see what they are achieving.
What about our own people?
If you see what they are achieving.
Yes.
And you know the reason why it is pertinent that we do the same thing. Yeah. They have produced a conducive environment to enable this micro, small and medium businesses to thrive.
So in contrast here,
The consequence is that today in China, this sector that I'm talking
it's growing, is
contributes 60% of their GDP.
So what are we doing here? What are we doing right, or what are we doing wrong here?
So many things.
Okay.
We're not focused on providing enabling environment for this sector to thrive. In fact, small businesses here probably suffer more than big businesses.
True.
If you go out today and start your small business, I can assure you.
I have started and it has suffered.
Thank you. Yes. The local government, everybody will squeeze life out of you.
Yes.
Unlike in China, where you're encouraged.
So, sir, let me quickly ask: is that now the reason why our youths have lost complete faith in this country to the point where they are ready to die in the deserts of Libya and be sold out as slaves rather than stay in this country?
But it's a very sad story. It is. What government does to people is to give them hope. The leadership and government of Nigeria,
they've just taken hope and kept it for themselves.
There's a sense of hopelessness.
Yeah.
So when people don't have hope, they have no alternative.
That is why,
and to go to wherever.
That's why we go more to church than to walk.
Praying that God intervenes.
And I guess it's not how to build an economy.
No.
It's a problem. Sometimes I can't help but, much as we point fingers at the federal level, I think the state governments and the local governments have a bigger share of responsibility, which is why we are now talking about local government autonomy. Are you for local government autonomy?
Not just talking about the autonomy or no autonomy. Don't say the states and local government share more responsibility. I disagree.
No, I said they should take
if the
as
federal
much of
government,
the responsibility as the
that's why people are talking about it.
Because they have allocation.
If the central government, who signed, like I said, you must who signed like this MDG policy, who is signatory to the Sustainable Development Policy, have mainstreamed it into our developmental agenda, it will cascade down to the states, to the local government. So everybody knows it's like a team. When you have a team playing in a field, everybody knows it's wing. And you hardly make a mistake because you could be removed for not doing the right thing. But where you have everybody playing to any side, it's like somebody who is traveling without a destination. So every road will lead you there. Because there's no destination.
Thank you. You've spoken well, sir. Finally, sir. The Southeast have complained so much about injustice, marginalization, and I believe it because I'm from the Southeast. I know that for sure. And we are saying there's no need for us to go our separate ways as a country. We need Nigeria big and united. What is the way forward for the Southeast?
Well, the complaints that you can see are genuine.
Yes.
Look at the recent appointment of judges to the Federal High Court. It's very simple. The complaints are very genuine. We have federal character. We have everything. All we're saying is that let there be an inclusive position for everybody. Let's create an enabling environment where people's talent and hard work can match up the opportunity. Just like you said, we're entrepreneurial. If I'm an entrepreneur and I create business, that's it. Nobody knows where anybody's coming from in America. Who started Facebook, or who started Microsoft, or who started Apple, they're all in the same country. Nobody knows where they come from. Because their talents, their ingenuity, their hard work is matching up the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Most oftentimes they've accused the Igbo people, of not producing their best. And we've always asked them for an opportunity to let us produce president. Okay, what is the next plan for P2B?
Well, for me, I'm not part of that. What I want is, let's have a society.
If we give you the presidency,
no. Let's have
they say give us somebody from the Southeast.
No. When that time comes, it's not on the offering now. when it comes, what is important is that we build a better country, a country that can provide opportunity for the young ones who are now in their productive age doing nothing and are living in a sense of hopelessness, when there's a whole room that we can create opportunities for them.
Yeah. So I like you. You're a very good man, but I must drop this one before you leave. They say it, and I'm sure most people are afraid to say it to your face, but I'll ask. That's what I do. Why do some people say you're stingy?
Well, it all depends on what you're stingy about.
Right? Yeah.
No. It's not a question of perception. No. It's not an issue of perception. It's an issue of that you're managing public money.
Okay.
They're talking about public money. Public money must be used for public good. It's not P2B's. It's not P2B's personal money. It is money meant to rebuild the schools. It's money meant to construct roads. It is money meant to provide health facilities and everything. And it's money meant to support the small businesses, like I said. And the more you can provide all this infrastructure, the better the society. The more you can invest in education.
So if I don't ask you for public money, if I ask you for P2B's money, that won't be a problem.
Even P2B's money, I use it for good purpose. That's why today I visit school. It is not for individuals. I put it in education. Every month I visit at least 3 to 4 schools all over Nigeria, supporting them to rebuild their infrastructure, to ensure that they have chairs for the kids to go to school. That's what money is meant for.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, sir. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the man that is known as the Rock, Okute. Thank you very much. It's an honor having you in the studio. We've been looking forward to having him for like forever, and we are glad we had a very interesting moment with him today. Yeah.
I want to remind us, please, if you have not picked your PVC, I beg you in the name of God, I beg you in the name of Almighty God, please try and go and pick your PVC. Don't allow them to dump your PVC in sock away. Don't allow them to use your PVC to give a cow to use it and cast boat. Don't allow them to carry your PVC and go and throw inside gutter. Don't allow them to give your PVC to an unknown person. They could even use it to commit crime in your name, that kind of thing. So make sure you pick your PVC. It is your property and it should be in your custody. Go to your centers where you registered and pick it up. I beg you in the name of God, for those that have traveled, once you come back to Lagos or once you come back to the various cities you traveled from, Port Harcourt, any city that you traveled from, once you return back, make sure you pick it up. And for those that are registered in their villages, now that you've traveled is an opportunity. Don't be in a haste to return. Make sure you spare that one day, just a day, to go and pick your PVC. Remember, without that PVC, our voice will not be heard. All these things we're doing will be in vain. Everything we are doing is built upon that PVC. So hold it properly and make sure you secure it until the day of the election. God bless you all as you share this video.